So I'm walking, and the clouds don't necessarily part, but they get a little lighter. The sun's punching, and you can't. There's the Seattle. There's a river down there, and over there, you could see all those trees were glowing, like just in direct sunlight. I was like, oh, all right, I know I'm crossing that soon. Maybe I'll be able to dry some stuff out. And like 2 minutes later, it's still shiny over there, and I'm getting rained on. Of course. And now the sun's just gone. But look at this. Isn't this just a wonderful, lovely little stretch of trail? Jesus. Sea stuff. What are the odds?
Wow.
Whoa.
It is pretty when you can see.
Yeah. We've got like a whole 15-second window here too.
Whew.
Gnarly. See how many people have their phones out? All of them. Oh man, out there it looks like crap on an iPhone, but it looks amazing here. Into the clouds.
Kind of makes up for it.
Yeah. This 1 minute is worth the last 3 days. Maybe. Not really. Wow. Oh, hey, look, we got some cloud action going over here. I'm sure we're walking up there. Why not? Man, those cascades, though. Ooh, we're getting there now. I think we're going down into that valley. I hope, anyway. I do know it's almost entirely downhill from here to Stehekin, which is just wonderful. Finally, some action. Yeah, it's like 6.7 miles, and I have about 3.5 hours to do it comfortably and still having time to get to camp early enough to not hurry, especially if it's not raining. So, awesome. Man. Thank you, trail guides, for this 20-yard stretch where I didn't have to look at my feet. Had an awesome night at camp last night. Beautiful spot by a river. I would have taken video, but I'm kind of in a hurry now. But I ended up doing like 28 or 29, pushing even further than my ambitious goal for the day. And of course Nibbles was there. We had the whole place to ourselves. He tried to start a fire, but everything was too wet. But we still, had dinner together by the fire pit. It was nice. We only have 8 miles to go and don't need to be there till 12:30 for a shuttle. So we both decided to sleep in. I woke up at like 6:30. Was like, nope. Crawled back into my hammock. Wrapped the sleeve of my puffy, which is my pillow, around my eyes like a blindfold. I don't even know if I fell back asleep. I just sat there kind of daydreaming for a while. It was such a nice morning. Everyone else who camped behind us caught up, and then Nibbles came up to the hammock, and we had like a family morning by my hammock, except all 4 of them were ready to go, and I was sitting there like some old babushka in bed with my quilt over my knees, like I don't want to get up. But up I got. There was even a pit toilet by this campsite. It was brand new. The wood was like super bright. I was like, wow, just what luxury out in the woods under a quite surprisingly blue sky. Town days are always the best days. We get to this road, walk a ways down the road to a bridge, and from there we wait for a shuttle. Look how clear that is. I believe it's a bunch of like spawning salmon up there, if I'm not mistaken. The nice little gorge. Waiting for a shuttle to Stehekin, like myself. No fuel, no rooms, no laundry, no showers. Bit depressing. Amazing views though of Lake Chelan. I was like that close to just taking the ferry 4 hours to Chelan, but apparently we're allowed to camp under here, and there's rain coming tonight, so they say. So I'm thinking I could hang the hammock up between those two posts. And if I have to, wedge a stake in between these boards to get my tarp up. Four more days. Man. I even volunteered to the guy who runs the store. It's like, I will personally go and buy like a case of fuel from the next town up the river. You could charge like 400% and we'd all still buy those like $4 canisters of fuel for like $20. He was like, yeah, I put an order in 4 weeks ago, don't know what to tell you. Like, oh well. So, despite it being pretty nice and warm last night, it did start to rain on us around 3 in the morning, pretty hard. For the most part, all of our stuff stayed dry. So we're starting with dry stuff, but the whole no fuel, no room combo is pretty disheartening. We're back on the trail now where apparently the sun's supposed to come out. I don't know if you can, it's behind some clouds now. Supposedly we're supposed to have a good day, but we had some more disheartening news from the guy at the store. We were checking his weather forecasts, and he had forecasts printed out for Rainy Pass, Hearts Pass, and the border, I believe. And we'll probably camp at Rainy Pass tonight and pass Hearts maybe tomorrow or early the next morning. Not really sure, but yeah, highs is like 40. So it was nice down there, but we're at 1,500 feet. And today and tomorrow, we have 25 miles of just all uphill up to 7,000, which is going to be a good workout, but it does look fairly well graded for the most part. But once you're up there, you know, the temperature plummets. So they're calling for snow. Like today basically might be the last good day. And every other day from here through the border and back is at best cloudy. I think the day we touch Canada is forecast to just be cloudy, but every other day is forecasted snow, which I'll still take over rain, but lows of 22. I'll probably be okay if I use all of my gear and sleep in my puffy, but man. Ooh, we got a word about Howard Lake. These colors are gnarly. And pretty sure we're going up there. Which hopefully means that sun is burning off those clouds. It is getting slowly better. I'm letting that optimism creep back in. I was talking to Bambi. We have two Bambis in our group, actually. There's always a Bambi. She says she thinks she has way too much fuel. So when she finishes, or if I finish first and I'm coming back, when I see her on that last day, she'll hopefully just give me her fuel can. So I'll at least have enough fuel to make that pad thai that I would otherwise just carry and then throw into my closet when I got home and take like on a car camping trip, or for all I know, I wouldn't touch it for like a year. Who knows when I'm going backpacking again. So that's cool. Otherwise, once we hit Hearts Pass, if we see any Sobos, I'm just gonna start begging. And once I'm a Sobo, going towards Heart Pass, also start begging. It'll be fun. Wow. Oranges, yellows, reds. Awesome. The pack is so heavy right now, to the point where I kind of want to empty it at lunch just to make sure no one puts something in it. But I had to take a deep breath because my stomach's still so full from that bakery, which is correctly described as the real emotional terminus of the PCT. But I packed out 2 big old pieces of pizza that are saran wrapped in my pack right now as well for lunch. So not only are those heavy, but they also mean what was to be today's lunch is now a bit superfluous. Normally I'd say, screw it, let's just make it double dinner. But it's not quite as exciting when you know it has to be cold soaked for 2 hours. But I was able to clean out the inside of an old peanut butter jar pulled from the trash can to use as a cold soaker. So instead of using my pot, which doesn't really seal, I can do that like an hour before camp. So it's doing its thing in my pack. So it seals, it doesn't leak or anything. Which also means it's like another pound plus I'll be carrying for that hour. You cold soakers, man, you guys have it all wrong. This is so sad.
Is this the saddest moment of the trail for you?
Kinda. Let's get all the gunk out.
Filtering as well.
I know, man.
Damn.
But look at that flow rate though, right? Right?
I mean, it's better than mine.
Hey!
It's like a Coors, it's cold
That wasn't
filtered.
a penis joke.
No, mine's like a really sad.
Let's get, what do you guys do, like an extra inch of water on top of rice?
Yeah.
I haven't done rice.
I've never done rice, I only do the crust.
I'm about to hit Rainy Pass. Fingers crossed there's trail magic. Wow, what a day today has been. So we were saying, because the weather's always wrong when they predict good weather, maybe it's gonna go the other way, 3 days of bad weather just isn't gonna happen and we're just gonna manifest good weather. Well, the drive from Virginia to Philly certainly doesn't look like this. The drive from Virginia to New York does not look like this. Wow. Oh man, I see people hanging out by cars. Oh god, geez, there's like 5 of them. Please God, baby Jesus, Tom Cruise.
Look, thing here.
Awesome.
Starfish. How long ago was she
Hot
here?
drinks, coffee, cider, chili, a couple of beers, and he let me promise to Venmo him, and he gave me a fill canister. It's been such a emotional swing of a day. So happy, so happy. Oh, what? Ah, fog.
I don't want to ping the weather.
I mean, please
See
do
if
if you
it's
have the
like-
chance. Hey, I'm filming him, filming us. What?
A wet shit heat. You'll be agreeing with me in a day or two.
We were joking at camp yesterday how those views were probably going to be the last views of the trail. And it is clearing a little bit. Definitely clearing. Well, not behind you. But it got cold last night, man. It was good. Like when we went to bed, it was probably low 40s, high 30s. Like no big deal. But around 3 or 4, just woke up shivering, and no matter what I did, it's just beyond my underquilt, I think. I was able to pull even my filthy hiking clothes into my top coat with me to warm them up and just kind of curl into a ball. But whenever I do that, like if I'm on my left side, my left hip and thigh get really cold. Maybe because I'm compressing it down, I don't know. But it was better to have a cold leg and to warm everything else. But man, oh look at that. There's blue up there. Might have a few views left in us yet. Now it's that weird temperature where hiking, also if you can't see, it's lightened up a lot now, but we've had a wintry mix this morning. Lots of sleet. So it's not cold enough to wear the fleece and the rain jacket. A little chilly for the rain jacket and the t-shirt. So it's kind of that you might just be uncomfortable for a while. Huh.